Welcome back to Dr. Ryan, the place where we break down health topics in a simple and practical way so you can take control of your well-being naturally. Today's episode is all about something that affects confidence, self-image, and even emotional health: hair loss. It doesn't matter if you're male or female, young or older, losing your hair is incredibly frustrating. And before you jump into expensive treatments, harsh chemicals, or medications with long lists of side effects, I want to walk you through a powerful, natural approach that addresses not just the hair you see, but the internal reasons your hair is thinning in the first place. Hair doesn't fall out randomly. It always follows patterns, and those patterns point to deeper things happening in your body. So instead of masking symptoms, today we're going to talk about how to restore the environment your hair needs to grow, inside and out, so you can regain thickness, strength, and confidence. Let's start with something most people never think about: the water you shower in every day. Tap water in many regions contains fluoride, and fluoride can directly weaken your hair follicles, irritate your scalp, and even contribute to acne. It also interferes with your thyroid. When the thyroid slows down, your metabolism slows, your energy drops, and your hair growth cycle becomes disrupted. Many people have no idea that their hair loss is being triggered by something as simple as shower water. That's why installing a shower filter that removes fluoride can make a big difference. You don't have to make your shower complicated. Just filter the harmful stuff out. Next, look at your shampoo. Many commercial shampoos contain sulfates, detergents strong enough to dissolve grease from industrial equipment. These sulfates also dissolve protein, and since your hair is 91% protein, it doesn't take long to see the effects. Dryness, breakage, thinning, loss of shine. When you remove sulfates and switch to a gentle, sulfate-free shampoo, you immediately stop stripping your hair every time you wash it. Once you remove those two big external triggers, fluoride and sulfates, you can start focusing on rebuilding hair from the inside. A lot of modern hair loss medications work by blocking an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase. This enzyme converts testosterone into DHT, a more potent hormone that can shrink hair follicles over time. While medications can block this enzyme, they can also produce sexual side effects, mood changes, and long-term hormonal disruptions. One of the most powerful natural DHT blockers is onion juice. Yes, it doesn't smell nice, but when diluted and applied to the scalp for 10 to 15 minutes, it reduces DHT activity and increases circulation. This isn't a folk remedy. It has been studied and shown to support regrowth in areas affected by DHT. Rosemary oil is perhaps the most impressive natural remedy of all. In research comparing rosemary oil to the popular pharmaceutical minoxidil, rosemary performed just as well in promoting hair growth, without the side effects. When massaged into the scalp and left on overnight, rosemary oil increases blood flow, improves follicle strength, and supports the regrowth cycle. It's one of the easiest and most effective natural options available. Zinc is another key player. Many people don't realize they're deficient in zinc, but symptoms like hair loss, poor wound healing, brittle nails, and weak immunity all point to low levels. Foods rich in zinc, like oysters, red meat, eggs, and seafood, help support your scalp's natural oil production, balance hormones, and reduce shedding. Apple cider vinegar is another surprisingly helpful tool. When properly diluted, it restores your scalp's natural acidity and cleans out sebum buildup that can clog follicles. A clean, balanced scalp allows hair to grow freely, and the mild acidity also supports beneficial microbes that protect your scalp from irritation. People often sterilize their skin too aggressively without realizing they're harming the very microorganisms that support healthy hair. Now let's talk about nutrition, because what you put inside your body is just as important as you put on your scalp. One reason people lose hair on a ketogenic diet is simply not consuming enough protein. Your hair is made of protein. If you don't eat enough, your hair has nothing to build with. Increasing high-quality protein, like eggs, fish, shellfish, grass-fed meat, or even collagen, supports stronger hair strands and healthier growth cycle. Trace minerals are another essential foundation. Because modern soil is depleted, our food supply contains fewer trace minerals than ever before. Minerals like copper, manganese, selenium, iodine, and chromium are needed in tiny amounts, but without them, hair growth can stall. Sea kelp, shellfish, sea salt, and plant-based trace mineral supplements restore these deficiencies and supply the building blocks your follicles need. B vitamins also play a major role in hair health. Deficiencies in B1, B2, B6, folate, and B12 can lead to thinning, dryness, shedding, and weak hair structure. Nutritional yeast is a fantastic natural source of B vitamins. Just make sure it's unfortified, meaning it doesn't contain synthetic additives. If you're dealing with excess estrogen, common in women before menstruation or in those with hormonal imbalances, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts help your body break down estrogen properly. This is especially important for women who lose hair cyclically. Scalp also helps regulate estrogen by supporting iodine levels. Speaking of iodine, it's deeply connected to thyroid function. When your thyroid slows down, your hair thins. One of the most powerful nutrients for supporting thyroid conversion from T4 to T3 is selenium. This mineral is abundant in Brazil nuts, seafood, and seaweed. But be mindful. Thyroid issues can also stem from gluten sensitivity, gut damage, fatty liver, or high estrogen. If you suspect thyroid involvement, healing the gut and removing gluten can make a dramatic difference. Stress is another major driver of hair loss. Many people experience shedding after emotional trauma, illness, or periods of chronic stress. That's because cortisol breaks down proteins, and your hair is made of protein. High cortisol also shuts down digestion, disrupts hormones, and slows follicle growth. Increasing vitamin D, getting sunlight, improving sleep, and walking daily can help balance cortisol. Silica is a mineral that strengthens hair from the inside out. Naturally found in many spring waters, it improves elasticity, increases shine, and supports stronger hair strands. Drinking silica-rich water or including it in your mineral routine can have visible effects on hair, nails, and skin. For women with PCOS or anyone dealing with insulin resistance, excess androgens can trigger hair loss. This is why lowering insulin through a low-carb diet and intermittent fasting can help restore balance and stop the thinning process. When insulin drops, androgens naturally decline, allowing your hair to recover. Finally, let's talk about biotin. Biotin is essential for building keratin, the protein structure of hair. But here's the interesting part. Biotin is made by your gut bacteria. People who have taken antibiotics, eaten poor diets, or experienced long-term gut issues often lose the microbes that produce biotin. This is where sauerkraut becomes incredibly powerful. It contains living probiotics that survive stomach acid and help rebuild your gut microbiome. It also contains massive amounts of vitamin C and naturally occurring biotin. When your gut makes biotin properly, your hair regains strength, thickness, and shine. Hair loss always has a deeper cause. Hormones, stress, inflammation, deficiencies, scalp health, or metabolic imbalance. When you address the internal environment and support it with simple, natural remedies, your hair often responds quickly. And that's why I encourage people to fix the root causes instead of depending on temporary solutions. Once your body has the nutrients, the hormones, and the metabolic support it needs, hair growth becomes natural again. Thank you for spending your time with me today on Dr. Ryan. If you found this video helpful and want more practical, science-based guidance to support your health naturally, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Your body knows how to heal. You just have to give it what it needs.